Okay, so the 2022 Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. What should you expect from this tablet after using it for about 6 months? Let's go ahead and jump in. All right, the simple answer is nothing. Nothing new, or nothing bad, I should say. In fact, you should be expecting this guy to work better than it did when it first came out the box about 6 months ago, simply because updates actually make this tablet better, right? And plus, your using habits, as the computer's learning how you use your tablet, it optimizes it so that your experience is even better than before. So that's just my way of telling you that after 6 months, I have zero complaints about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite here. And before we go deeper in it, to those of you not familiar with what this tablet is, it's simply kind of a reinvented version of the previous 2020 Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. It's essentially the same tablet, the same one as the one that was dropped in 2020, except 2 years later, they changed the specs inside. Otherwise, everything else remained the same, whether we're talking about the rear-facing camera, which is an 8 megapixel, or the front-facing camera, we're looking at a 5 megapixel. Now, these are not top-notch cameras, right? So these would be things that you use maybe to scan documents. And of course, if you want to make your Zoom call, video calls and things like that, you can definitely do that with the tablet. The only downside with the video call, is that you have the camera on the short side of the tablet. So you can't really hold it like this when you're in a call. So you have to hold it like this. But anyways, you do get used to it. Everything else, like I said, remains the same. You do have the same dual speaker setup. This is very nice setup for the speakers, right? So you have one on this side and one on the other side, so that if you're holding your tablet this way, the sound would still come out without any issues. Like, we've seen with other tablets where you have the speakers on one side, and once you cover it, that's it. The sound comes out muffled, right? You do have a USB Type-C port here for charging. It doesn't really do fast charge, I believe, up to 15 watts, so relatively slow, but then again, this is not supposed to be a premium tablet. 15 watt, that is still faster than the other ones that do 5 or 10, right? So that should not be a deal breaker. There's one thing here that we don't find in a lot of newer tablets, that will be the headphone jack, right? So if you do have your wired headphones and you just want to go ahead and plug that in and listen to your music, you can do that. Or if you have a wired, microphone, you can always just go ahead and plug that in and you will be set to go. Just like it is the case with the other, Samsung tablets, this one does have an SD card slot, providing you the ability to expand that internal storage at up to 1 terabyte if you were to go ahead, or if you wanted to use a micro SD card to do that. The tablet itself does come with 64 gigs of internal storage, so that's the base storage. So you have 64 gigs, but like I said, if you buy a micro SD card, you would be able to expand that at up to 1 terabyte. And another thing that I want to add here is that once you expand that internal storage, some people were having doubts, were wondering if you'll be able to transfer all your stuff, to your micro SD card and back and forth, between this internal storage and the storage from the micro SD card. The answer is yes, you can transfer your apps, you get movies, videos, all of that. It would just feel as if it's the internal storage of the tablet itself, because your SD card, your micro SD card, is going to be inside the tablet. I just wanted to go ahead and clear that out. And that should do it for the physical features on this tablet here. Let's jump onto, some deeper specs here, starting off with what changed, what distinguishes this guy here from the 2020 model. We are looking at a new chipset. We're looking at a Snapdragon 720, as opposed to the Exynos 9611, I think that was 9611 on the 2020 model. The 2022 model does have a true mid-range, chipset. Actually, I shouldn't say a true mid-range chipset, because the Exynos 9611 was also a mid-range back then. But because technology is constantly evolving, you are looking at a current mid-range chipset. Snapdragon 720G. Now, when it comes down to performance, it actually performs pretty well. You're able to take care of your tasks. Actually, you could do some decent level of productivity here. This is a mid-range tablet, so you can actually be productive and do multitasking and be able to do a bunch of stuff, because, all of that is made possible by Samsung DeX. I mean, beyond Samsung DeX, you can still do multitasking even just in tablet mode. But Samsung DeX would be the mode where you are actually able to explore all of the potential of your tablet. You can push it to the limit, be able to toggle between different windows, do different things at the same time. It is really, really cool. Now, and of course, as you go crazy heavy, if you're doing like video editing and then you're running other things in the background, obviously you will encounter some stuttering and potentially, you know, a crash here and there. Now, I haven't encountered too many crashes. I may have encountered maybe one. So this is all to say that this is a true mid-range tablet, and as of the holiday season, this was going for $230, which was just a very good price. Now, I believe the price went back up, but not all the way up to the normal $350 that it's supposed to be, or was it $330? I don't remember, either $330 or $350. It went up, not to that. So if you wanted to grab this, make sure to hit the links in the description. That'll take you to either the Samsung or the Best Buy website, so you could go ahead and grab that. The links that I typically put down in the description are dynamic, so to a certain extent they would track the best deals, right? So if a deal is available at Samsung and it's cheaper there, it's going to route you there, but if it's cheaper at Best Buy, then it's going to route you to Best Buy. So make sure to check out that link if you are in the market for this guy here. Now, on top of that, this is a 10.4 inches, very nice size for a lot of people out there. And when it comes down to entertainment, the display here, what you have in terms of the resolution is a 1200 by 2000 in terms of resolution, I believe that is. So pretty decent, right? Pretty nice display here, especially for the money, right? So if you're paying $250 for something like this, that is actually pretty good specs for a display made by Samsung. The battery here is still very, very good, just as good as it was at the beginning, right? It lasts the entire day, but all of that will depend on your type of usage. Now, next here is going to be the stylus here. The stylus on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite here would be similar to what you have on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE, meaning it's a, you know, it's a normal stylus. You don't need to charge it, and you have all of the core functions that Samsung has made, you know, all the core features that Samsung has made for these styluses. You won't have all of the fancy air gestures, but you will have, you know, be able to take down notes, draw, all of that good stuff, crop pictures, and write on pictures. All of that good stuff, you'll be able to do it with this stylus here. And of course, user experience, I can't say it enough, is amazing on the Samsung S Pen here. This is not meant to be a full review of the tablet. I've already done a bunch of reviews on this. I made a bunch of videos on this particular tablet, you know, actually pitting it against other tablets and all that good stuff. So make sure to check out those videos if you haven't gotten the opportunity to do so just yet. So the video for today is just to share with you whether it's still worth it, or, you know, what to expect after 6 months of using this tablet. And like I said at the beginning, it is still very good. After 6 months, you should not be expecting anything bad from it. It is still going super, super strong. So I'm gonna give this some more time. Maybe by the time we hit the second year, maybe we'll start noticing some stuff, especially as it pertains to the battery. But as of now, it is still good to go. So if you are in the market for one, you know, $269, still not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as good as $230. You know, that's what it was back during the holiday season. But $269 is not bad. Now, if you also are considering the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE, right now it's back to $530. So I would say just make sure that you continue to track the deals. If you are more interested in that one, continue to track the deals until the price goes down. But right now it's $530. And of course, if you are considering the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, that on the other hand, I would advise you to go for, simply because the price right now, you know, is discounted. I believe you get $80 off right now. And if you have a trade-in, you can buy that thing for as low as $130 for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, which, by the way, is going to be the Samsung flagship for a while, because we don't know, you know, nothing has leaked about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9. So that's still to be determined. With all of this being said, I'm certainly hoping that this was informative and it tells you that this is still worth it. 6 months later, it's still going. So if you want to buy this, you know, you will be good. I would definitely recommend that. Let me know what your questions in the comment section. Are you in the market for this? Let's go ahead and get that interaction going. Make sure to like the video, of course, if you haven't done so already. Make sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel, of course. I will catch you in that comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.